From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DBacks, PrimeTime Capper, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling the same. And this is the PrimeTime Angles Live. And happy Friday to the world as well, too. So, man, hey, great game last night. We wound up getting our cover last night for the plus 7.5. Also, if you had the plus 8, plus 9, you got the cover for that one as well, too. But we start off our season 1-0. Both me and Jeff had the Cowboys last night. I didn't get the under, but the thing is, though, I know that the over was a strong play, but that was a game to remember last night. Cowboys Bucs put on an absolute classic in the opener with Brady leading the Bucs to a 31-29 win last night. The Cowboys literally came all the way back in that game last night. They were down at one point. They were down, I think, 10 points, and they came right back and were able to make it a game and go up actually 29-28, but there was just way too much time left on the clock. Yeah, a minute and 25 seconds is too much time on the clock when you're dealing with somebody like Tom Brady. Tom Brady does what we've been seeing for the last 20-some-odd years, is him taking a team down the field and leading that team to a victory in the regular season or the playoffs, whichever it may be. But Tom Brady does it again, leads a team to gets a comeback victory, and everybody kind of knew it was coming. It's kind of like a movie that we've all seen plenty of times, but never get tired of, and he was able to pull it off last night. But the Cowboys showed some moxie last night. They showed that they have some nice weapons there as well, too. Last night with this team, they're gonna be going some places this year. The Cowboys and everything like that, they should be able to win their division pretty easily. When you saw what the effort that they put on against the Bucs, who look like a perennial championship team, pretty much everybody's kind of marking them down already for the NFC Championship. But I don't know if I would do that as of yet. There was a lot of flaws that you saw in that team last night as well, too. The secondary was atrocious last night. The pass rush was good, but it wasn't getting home the way that they like for it to get home. But it's only the first game of the season. You had to get your full reps in and everything like that. These guys aren't going to be in form, and they're playing form, honestly, until about after week 3 or so, because week 1 is always a week where everybody kind of has the jitters and everything like that. Week 2, sometimes teams kind of just haven't got it yet, and guys are still coming into form. Then week 3, things start being a little different, and you start getting different looks in games. You have teams that might have started off the season 0-2 that look like world beaters in game 3. So it's just timing, that's all. But last night I thought was one of the better openers that they've had on Thursday Night Football ever, to be honest with you, because usually it's a blowout handed out by the Super Bowl champion, because it's such an emotional, fun night back at the home stadium, and you guys are celebrating the fact that you guys have won the championship, blase, blase, blase. And that's somewhat what it was last night. But at one point, though, the Cowboys pretty much went ahead and reintroduced themselves to everybody last night. And Dak Prescott looked very good coming off that injury as well, too. So it's going to be a lot of talking about this all throughout the weekend and Monday as well, too. And I was on Mike's show yesterday. He posed the question, why do the Dallas Cowboys still get so much airtime and so much talk time? And last night pretty much proved the point of why the Dallas Cowboys get all that time, because you know what else occurred last night? That was one of the most watched openers in like 5 years. It was up 16% from last year. So people were excited for football, but that game got very interesting to the point to where people had to stop looking at their phones and actually look at the game. So much kudos to that. I know the NFL offices are happy with that result as well too, and I think that that's an absolute win for the NFL with everything that's been going on this summer as well too. So great game last night, gives us a great idea what to expect on Sunday as well too. I'm excited. I know you're excited as well too. So we'll see how it goes. But you guys already know where I'm going with Sunday. You guys know what to do. You guys can go ahead and go to the channel and go ahead and watch NFL Bet Exchange. All my plays for Sunday are there, but I still will have a pick 6 ticket for you and a dog day pick 4 for you come Sunday as well too. So you guys be ready for that. And yeah, pretty much NFL is back and it has our attention as it usually does. And let the games begin. Let's have some fun. All right, so we move on and let's go ahead and get into what's going on tonight. We got CFB tonight. We got the Friday CFB preview. I like to call it Friday Night Lights as well too. We got some games where the lines makers made it a little one-sided when it comes to betting and things like that. But they gave you some chances here. Up first, we got Kansas coming in here as a plus 1,400 and a 17-point underdog against number 17 Coastal Carolina. Last year when they played, Coastal Carolina was a double-digit dog themselves, but they were able to pull out a nice little win last year against Kansas, which pretty much started them in the right direction to become, the darlings of the NCAA last year and everything like that. But all in all, it's a new year, and this is a game that you cannot overlook. Kansas still does have Division I talent that's playing in a Power 5 conference. So it's not like, we know Kansas is bad, but this is the type of game where you're going to think Kansas is really bad, and they're going to come out and fool you a little bit. They did this last year at Boston College as well, too. So be on the lookout for Kansas. Kansas might not win this game, but I don't know if they get beat by 17 because thing is they played them pretty close last year, and Coastal wound up winning the game because Kansas had a lot of mistakes during that game. But if Kansas is able to kind of put some things together just a little bit, they should be in this game, and I don't think that it's going to be that much of a walk in the park for Coastal Carolina. When I see a minus 10,000 money line on a team like this going against a Power 5 school, I'm just saying that this could be a trap because thing is, if Kansas beats Coastal Carolina tonight, is it really an upset? Not really. I know Kansas is terrible, and I've dogged them out a lot of times as well too. But I do have to remember they are a Power 5 school. They're still in the Big 12 conference. So let's be realistic here and know that their roster they have better players on their roster. It's just about execution. You know what I mean? I know that Coastal has a lot of hardworking guys on their roster, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you deserve a 17-point spread just because you're the number 17 team in the nation. We have to remember who you play against in the conference as well, too. So I look at this one and I said to myself, I say you should just scoreboard watch here. And I think actually what happens is what happened last year. You actually have an under happen in this game because last year's game was an under game as well too. And I like the under 52.5. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out, and we move on from there. We have UTEP 16-1 tonight going against Boise State, who has a big number as their money line as well too. So you guys just stay away from that. You got a minus 26 spread on Boise State as well too. Then you have the over under of 56.5 in this game as well. So when I look at this one, UTEP got a good win last week, won by 20 points against New Mexico State. Actually went on the road and beat New Mexico State as well too. I thought that was going to be an upset, to be dead honest with you guys. Well, the 0 week, not last week, but 0 week. And honestly, I thought this was going to be, they were going to get upset by the Aggies of New Mexico State, but that did not happen. UTEP is a brand new team this year. They got a lot of returning players that are really good at what they do, and pretty much this might not be a 2-win season for the old boys from El Paso, but I'm not saying that they beat Boise State tonight, but I'm saying that they're not going to sit here and get just absolutely mollywopped by them either. You're giving me a 26-point spread on a team that has a new new little era of confidence, then you know what? I have to go ahead and do it. I think I like the plus 26, and it's just like you would be stupid not to do that bet. If you lose that bet, cool, no problem. But you're getting plus 26, so you're already up almost 4 touchdowns to start the game. So hopefully UTEP just holds on, gets beat by 10 points, and we walk on down the road. So there it is. There it is with the opening segment of the show. And pretty much you guys already know we have ourselves a full bevy of more previews and things of that nature to talk about. We got some Dodger stuff to talk about as well, too. Big series coming up this weekend as well. So you guys stay tuned to the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles Live with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube.
All right, so we have a nice little weekend here for the Dodgers. They're back at home after having a 4-game series with the Cardinals where they did split. And now they go at it with the Padres this weekend. Padres coming in here 74-65. Dodgers 12 games away from another 100-win season under Dave Roberts. I think it will be the third up under Dave Roberts as well, too. And it was pretty funny that I was on Mike's show yesterday, and he kept talking about the Dodgers' woes with hitting and all this stuff that's not really happening right now. The Dodgers are just dealing with the month of September. And the Dodgers actually have played some very, very good baseball. It's just that the Giants keep playing very good baseball as well, too. And, at the end of the day, it just takes one loss or a couple losses in a row, and the Dodgers are right back in first place. So I'm saying to myself, there's nothing to stress about when you're, moving towards the playoffs. The Dodgers' main goal is to make the playoffs. Now, if they have to make the playoffs and do it the long way, then it is what it is at the end of the day. The Dodgers are a team that's built for a situation like that. And when you're a championship team, you need to expect anything going forward when it comes to a playoff scenario. And hey, that gives the Dodgers even more motivation if they're in a 1-game series as well, too. But I'm not handing the Giants the division yet. I don't think the Giants are going to make it to the end. I think that they're going to run into some woes the final week of the season. And, they line it up with San Diego as well, too, 10 times this month, as we talked about yesterday. The Dodgers, when you look at the schedule, they have San Diego 6 times this month. They have Arizona 6 times this month. They got 3 more with Colorado. And then they got the possible wild card matchup with Cincinnati this month as well, too, at Cincinnati. So, when you look at the rest of the Dodgers schedule, this looks like a very manageable and schedule that they can probably mow through. They're not going to win every single game, but they are going to be much better than the 4-4 start to the month that they had, because they had an incredible August at the end of the day. When you look at everything, they had at one point 13 out of 15 games, and now you move into this month, you have yourself just it's that time. It's a challenge. It's an uphill battle. The Cardinals got a great win yesterday. they're over here pushing forward to a possible wild card spot as well too, if they can keep winning and teams keep losing. So this is September. It's not, and nothing's promised here. And I know everybody loves the story of the Giants and everything like that. I respect it a lot too. But at the end of the day, the Dodgers aren't having any struggles. The Giants are just holding on. They're holding on for dear life at this point because they know what's coming. And would they like to avoid the Dodgers in the divisional round? Of course they would. But at the end of the day, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So pretty much we're going to have ourselves a juggernaut of a divisional series in the National League this year, where it's going to happen. You know what I mean? There's no way looking past it. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But the Dodgers have themselves a good series this weekend. You know that the Padres are kind of fading out, but they still winning games as well too, because they're trying to get that wild card spot. But it's not as hype as it was back in April and May and June when everybody was like, okay, it's going to come down to the Padres and the Dodgers. No, I told you guys the moment I saw the Giants in first place that they weren't going to be going away anytime soon, because they are using the Dodgers as their motivation, because this is the oldest rivalry in the National League. And people have to understand this. This goes all the way back to New York. These teams are attached at the hip. And when one's doing better than the other has to improve and get to where they need to get to so we can get some great theater from these arch rivals. And that's exactly what we got all season from the Giants and Dodgers. And we all want some more of it too coming October as well too. So there it is with that. Blue Crew Daily. Dodgers should have a good weekend this weekend. If they go ahead and take this series, it should be, take 2 out of 3, maybe sweep. But they're going to have to focus in on winning this series this weekend, and they all know that. So, they don't need me to motivate them. They're already motivated as is. All right, so we move on to the games, and we got some really good games as well, too, this weekend, today, and series for the weekend as well. We got the Brewers at the Indians. Brewers coming in as a minus 145 favorite today. Indians plus 120. Dog at the house, over under a 9. You got Hauser pitching for 8-6 on the year, going against Eli Morgan 2-6 on the season. When you look at the last few games, you got the Brewers winning the last 4 out of 5. The Indians have dropped the last 3 out of 5, including 3 in a row to Minnesota as well too, before winning yesterday, but they did lose the series. So this game right here is a interleague game, but this is an old school AL Central game. Everybody should know that the Brewers used to be a part of the American League for years on years before they made the switch to the National League. And you guys know the story. The Astros were a National League team. They went to the American League, blase, blase, blase. So when you look at all the factors of this game right here, you say to yourself, Cleveland's struggling bad. Brewers are playing some of their best baseball, been playing some of their best baseball. Nobody talks about the Brewers enough. And, pretty much I think the Brewers are going to be good money tonight. But I do like the scoreboard watching it a little bit more. I think the 9 is a number that will hit the over tonight. So we'll see how it goes. And we move forward to our next game, which is going to be the Rays at the Tigers. The Rays coming into this game with the best record in the American League and tied for the best record in all of baseball as well too. And then you have the Tigers, who are 66-75. They've actually overachieved, in my opinion, this year. And one of their better pitchers, even though it doesn't show up on paper, will be on the mound tonight in Matthew Boyd. Then you have Michael Wacha, the old vet, for the Rays tonight as well. So you got two teams that are kind of middling when it comes to hitting and things of that nature. And pretty much, the Rays are one of the top pitching teams in the league. So when I look at this game, the Tigers have given the Rays some issues this year. The Tigers have given all the top teams in the American League some issues this year, and elite teams at that. So I like the Tigers today, but I don't like them enough to say that they're going to win the game. But I do say that they can go ahead and cover that plus 1.5 run line. So that's where I'm going with this one, and we move forward from there. We have the Red Sox, the Sox and Sox. We have a battle of Sox. and it's going to be the Red Sox at the White Sox. The Red Sox plus 125 tonight. White Sox are minus 155. Rodon is on the mound for the White Sox. You have Houch on the mound for the on the mound for the Red Sox. Hawk has struggled to win a game, but his ERA is showing that he's been doing a damn good job. 62 strikeouts, over 12 walks as well, too. Just, not enough time this season for him to really, say that he's a dominant pitcher or middling pitcher or anything like that. He's a pretty good pitcher. He's had some pretty good outings as well, too. He's actually averaging almost 5 strikeouts per game as well. He had 7 last time out against the Indians, but wound up being in a situation where he went 5 innings and, pretty much was not a part of the decision. And a lot of times he has a good outing, but he's just not a part of the decision. So when I look at this one, I say to myself, this game has under written all over it because Rodon is going to do his thing tonight. He's been pitching absolutely incredible this year compared to years before. Rodon used to be a big headache. Now he's actually out here dealing. Last year, he had a terrible season. Year before that wasn't too good either, but he's bounced back tremendously since then because he had some injury troubles. But now the lefty is back, and he's doing big things for the White Sox this year. So pretty much I'm scoreboard watching here. This is a very vital game for the Red Sox as they try to stay afloat with that wild card spot as well, too, and hold off the Yankees. All right, so we move forward to the next game. It's going to be the Marlins at the Braves. This is going to wind up being my dog of the day, Trevor Rogers, one of the most overlooked pitchers in the league. He's 7-6 on the year, 132 strikeouts, over 42 walks with a 2.52 ERA. That right there shows me that this guy should be able to deal today and get us a possible victory here in a nice spot with some nice value. You got Ian Anderson, who's a pretty decent pitcher. He's 6-5 on the year, 3.61 ERA, 98 strikeouts, over 45 walks. And he's been doing a pretty good job as of late. He did get hit a little hard against Colorado. He gave up 4 runs in that spot, struck out none. Actually hasn't struck out anybody since the last time he played against Miami on July 11th. So he pitched 3 innings last time out. Before that, 5.2. So Anderson might have some struggles to start this game off because I'm just kind of rolling in what he did in his last game. And I think that this could work out very well today for the Marlins. And that's why I love the Marlins in the spot today. And I do not mind taking them with that plus 155. And, they got their fair share of wins over the Braves this year as well too. But the Braves have been pretty dominant in the series as well, too, this season. So we move on and we get to our next game, a battle of the old red teams. The old Red Stockings going against the Cardinals. The Reds. His Reds were, I think that was their team name, the Red Stockings. Before they just shortened it up and just called them the Reds. We got too many damn socks and stockings going on in this league. That's what they told themselves. Yeah, the Cardinals. And these teams, and people have to understand, the Cardinals and the Cincinnati Reds have been going at it for a very long time as well, too. And you know what? They do have one of the most significant moments in baseball as well, too. I think that they were a part of the first ever televised game or the first ever game on radio. So, pretty much these teams have a history, but all in all, that's in the past. This is now. And I like the Cards tonight. We got Lester on the mound for the Cardinals, and then Tyler Mahley's on the mound for the Reds. But still, I think John Lester pulls off the old savvy veteran upset tonight. Things have been much better for John since he got over to the Cardinals. Sometimes you just got to get in a different dugout with guys that really want to win games. You know what I mean? So and Washington was okay, but it's been better in St. Louis, though. So pretty much what I see here is that you have a game between two teams that, are going in the same direction. They're trying, the Reds are trying to hold off the Cardinals. The Cardinals are trying to catch the Reds and try to sneak into this playoff. So, pretty much I do like the Cardinals tonight. They didn't have to do any traveling. They got to stay home. They got to get 2 back-to-back wins against the Dodgers after losing 4 in a row. So pretty much I think that they continue their winning as well, too, tonight. And they wind up getting themselves a good little win here in this spot. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it shakes out. And we move to our nightcap, which is going to be the D-backs and the Mariners. The D-backs coming in here minus 155 tonight. You got the D-backs plus 125 tonight. And you know what? I like the Mariners a lot in this spot. I think the Mariners, who are chasing a wild card spot as well too, have Marco Gonzalez on the mound, who's been pitching really, really well lately. He got a little hit in his last game, but he was able to kind of right the storm a little bit. This one wound up being a no decision, but it was against Arizona as well too. I expect a different pitcher today, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to get some runs in this game. And Madison Bumgarner is always a tough pitcher for me to go against because it's Madison Bumgarner. He does have a good history and everything like that, but his last 3 games, he's given up 14 runs and he's given up 18 hits in that process as well too. So, pretty much he's kind of been struggling after finding his mojo for a little bit there for in the month of August and July as well too. So tonight, I think Seattle gets to him early and gets to him often, because last time they saw him, they scored 5 runs and got 5 hits off of him over 6 innings. So tonight, I think that they try to get back, try to jump on him real early. He walked a lot of guys as well too in that game. So we'll see how it goes. And the Mariners are my run line play tonight, minus 1.5. So, man, there it is. That's going to be the MLB preview for Friday for you guys. So let's go ahead and talk them tickets. And up first, let's go ahead and get to that MLB PrimeTime PK6. MLB PrimeTime PK6 is a whole lot of fun because you know why? Because we got an 83-1 ticket tonight. And that 83-1 ticket, to me, presents some very, very strong value. Okay, we have the over 9 Brewers Indians plus 1.5 on the Tigers tonight. Under 8.5 Red Sox, White Sox, Marlins plus 155. Cardinals money line plus 105. And then we ended off with the Mariners with the minus 1.5 run line. Single what you like, as I always say, and we move from there. I got the 2 plays that I previewed for you tonight as well too, for college football tonight. And the other 2 plays are actually going to be client exclusive. So if you're a client, you know exactly what those plays are going to be. If you're not, you don't know what those plays are going to be. So CFB Friday Night Lights, I like the under 52.5 here, Kansas and Coastal Carolina. And then the UTEP plus 26 tonight on the spread. And that's where we're going here with the Friday Night Lights in college football. So there it is. Talking tickets. There goes 8 opportunities to make some money tonight. And you know what? You can parlay those bad boys up as well, too. You can put them all together as a parlay. Hopefully, we can try to sweep the board with them all. But, that's tough, but it can happen. You know what I mean? So pretty much I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today and all week. You guys absolutely made NFL Bet Exchange a smash as well too this week. And I thank you guys very much for tuning in for that and watching it after the fact and everything like that. I know it's hard for a lot of folks to catch things live, but you guys watch the replay and everything, and the numbers do show up for that as well too. So we got another great weekend ahead of us. It's going to be opening. I'll be in Vegas Saturday through Monday, so all my Vegas people hit me up. You guys know where I'm going to be at Sunday. I'm going to be at some sports book, trying not to lose the little bit of hair I still have. So it's all good. I'm happy we're back to football life, and hopefully everybody has a very strong weekend. It's still early in the season, and this is usually when you get your strong weekends, is early in the season. So I can't wait. I look forward to it. I thank you guys so much. I'll be back Tuesday for our next show and everything like that. And then we do have NFL Bet Exchange coming on Thursday as well too, live. So you guys make sure to keep tuning in to everything that the Wave is doing. So with that, this is the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. As I always say, if you got a hunch, bet a bunch. Always bet with your head, not with your heart. And the movement is moving. And I am gone.
the East and the West, you've heard others.